morning. It's a very interesting day here this morning. Some farmer is about to do some stuff. Um, it's a bit cloudy, but pretty warm. It's 9 a.m. on a Sunday. I don't know what I'm doing here. I'm not alone though. Alright, so I'm gonna check on the plants. I put them behind the house yesterday again, so I won't have issues with the direct sunlight. As you can see, the sun is coming right from up there. So I had them here in front of me, where I'm standing right now, and that would be direct sunlight. So I changed that. Let's have a look. Yeah, they're looking better, actually. Not all of them. This one looks a little sad, but these actually start looking better. Well, maybe this one. But this one is awesome. This one is amazing. The leaves are getting stronger. You can actually feel that by touching them. So I am not unhappy with this. Yeah. So what I did yesterday in the evening was when the sun was going down, I actually came out here and I watered them again. Also checked out a little bit on the grass. There are some areas where the grass is sprouting. I watered everything. We haven't had rain in 3 days, and obviously a little bit of water is good. So yeah, not unhappy. Hey, let's check out the sunflowers. So yeah, these guys are good. This one is good. And this looks a little worse for wear, but especially at the bottom. But the one in the back is good, or three. Actually, it's three. And this one looks good as well. So it looks like they have arrived. I'm very happy about that. So what's on the menu today? It's a Sunday, so I can't really mow the lawn. Something that would be really necessary over there. It's kind of a mess. It's starting to grow out of control. Whereas on this side, nothing happens, right? So can't do that really. I also have behind this hedge, there is a piece of grass that belongs to me, and I should normally trim it. Maybe I'm going to do that later with a weed eater or something. I will, however, prune the dead tulips. I haven't done that, and I'm gonna get started on the ivy, I think, or on the raspberry patch, and just make sure that I get all the necessary steps taken there. But I'm very happy with the general plant population right now. I'm very happy with the fact that they didn't all die. It was kind of what I feared yesterday in the evening when I was ringing them back there. I just need to make sure that depending on the sunlight in the early afternoon, I take them around here again, give them another day to settle in, and then tomorrow I can bring them to the patio where they are supposed to remain and just grow out. Someone mentioned that I could actually put them all in the front because I get most sunlight there. It's true, but that's also towards the street, and I'm not sure I want to do that. So there is, yeah, we might have seen that. Let me turn around. So where's my finger? Here. That's our neighbors. I rarely see them. No old people. But before, in front of that, like here, there's a street, and everyone's a driveway. Everyone is going up and down there all day long, and everyone is walking there, and the kids are playing there. So I don't want to put my plants there. It's bad enough that I put the raspberry, not the raspberries, the ribes there. So yeah. Now I think I'm gonna get started on the tulips. I also have a little bit of a stinging nettle issue that I might want to look into, and then the raspberry patch, I guess, and if I have time and energy I will start the ivy. So let's see how that goes. So someone's decided to help me or not. Come here. I just need to call her back because, you know, there's usual people here. Alright, these are the tulips. They've been around since I moved in, and they're obviously a very sad example for tulips. So normally when a tulip has finished blooming, you should remove this piece where the blossom was, like kind of like this. And did that work out? Hang on, try another one. Kind of like this. And let's just leave the leaves so that the plant can continue to get sunlight. You like it here, right? You like it here, obviously. So the plant could collect sunlight, do photosynthesis, and basically strengthen the bulbs. So we're not doing that, obviously. I don't really need to artificially strengthen the bulbs at this point because they are pretty strong, right? Also, this doesn't really do a lot of photosynthesis anymore. So what I'm going to do is I'm gonna just cut them off and put them away. Could I take out the bulbs and just, you know, store them? I could potentially do that, but I don't really want to. I just leave them in there. I need to figure out what this is. I know the name in German. It's just twisting around there, and it's a huge pain in the butt. All right, let me finish the other ones. I got a couple of those over there behind the lavender. What are you smelling? Huh? So we're just doing this. And I think this is the last one. Actually, I don't even think there was one. Oh, there's another one. Here. I also need a new garden scissors. And that happened. Okay. Well, let's have a look at this. As you can see, this one was actually starting to part there, or did already do that. Well, I need to read up what to do with it now, or I will just throw it out. I have plenty. But this stuff here, that's just annoying as fuck. And I said the word, and now YouTube isn't gonna ban me or something. I'm in a lot of pain this morning, so... Well, that was one. Let's go for the other one. I need to prune this bush, but I'm gonna do that in the fall season, I guess. Alright, let's move around to the other one. So... maybe a regular scissors would actually help more in this case, because the scissors is just effed up. Here we go. So there's that. I guess I could have left this for a little longer, but I don't need to. But you see how many times this thing already parted, right? Look at the stems. Like these, every single one is a separate bulb. Look what I found. It's empty though. I will leave it here. Maybe some bug will use it as a home, or you know, trying to do things as organic as possible no pesticides in my garden. I do only use organic fertilizer as well. And the stuff that I use to get the moss in control, we can... No, I'm not pulling this time. Was actually from sheep's wool. I'm not entirely sure what it is, but it really did a good job. And the missus is not happy with me about it. Because she liked the moss. And I am not. I hate the moss. It's just... Maybe I'm becoming old, I don't know. But see, this stuff is everywhere. This stuff is everywhere. Got a little bit of an ant situation going on over here. Need to figure out where they come from. And there's bees. Can you see them? There's a lot of bees going on. I like bees. And there you can see the street, right? Good. So, that was the tulips. That was easy. Alright, tulips done. Oops. Something fell down. This is the green material that I harvested. It's a joke compared to what others do. Now let me tell you something else. One problem that I have here is I don't have room for a compost. So everything goes into this big ton, and I have to throw it out, and once every 2 weeks someone comes and collects it. I'm wasting so much material that I could use for, you know, fertilizing purposes, etc. Not possible. Neighbors would just freak out. Someone is enjoying the morning there. Yeah, I'm talking about you. Aren't you the cutest? Next order of business, I have a stinging nettle issue. I know you could use that for tea, and some people do. I don't. I don't appreciate that stuff being in my lavender as well. I put on some protective glove here. And I will try to figure out where it's coming from. Which I probably can't because it's all the way down there. I got one. I couldn't grab it. And see, this is what happens. I ripped it off, so it's just gonna regrow eventually. Stupid nettles. That was 2. And this time I actually got some of the root. But that's not the entire root, unfortunately. Throw that out. Got one more here. Busy morning, lady? I get that. I mean, it's a beautiful plant. I just don't like it in my lavender. And I had to go in there so many times this year that you can actually see there is a divide in here. I can't get through the roots. So I was thinking last year already. Come back. I needed to call my dog back. She was going over to the neighbors. She's not supposed to. Last year I tried just letting it grow out and then pull it after I cut the lavender, but that didn't work out. It just strengthened the root. So I'm trying to get to it as early as possible. But I missed these guys here. And if I pull, I get some of the root, or not. No. In this case I didn't get the root, but my theory, I'm not sure if that is even realistic. If I pull it out early, it doesn't get to store energy in the roots and it will eventually die off. Then again, you know, I'm not sure if that's even a thing. So I will move the trash bin here a little bit. I know I had another one here. I will cut out most of these plants anyways. Like, I don't even know what this is. Yeah, well, that didn't work. That's definitely the case for the weed eater. So let's have a look. There is one more. Can I get to it? There's another one coming in. A little one. Ooh, that was a lot of root. I'm unhappy. Alright, people are coming in. Gonna take a quick break here. Alright, let's have a look. I can't find a really good spot to put the camera in. I don't have like a tripod just yet that holds the phone. I had one, it broke when I was trying, so it was a cheap one. I was trying to put the phone in there and it just broke. So one of the issues that I'm currently having is that this branch here, this big one, it is almost dead, and if I pull the ivy, it is going to, you know, tip over and probably break off down there in the middle. Now I pruned a lot of ivy here. I hope that is visible in the footage, but basically everything, these stones. There was a lot of roots here, and this is essentially why I'm doing this. I had noticed when I was mowing the lawn, you can see that the ivy has crept up more and more into the grass area and towards the house, and that's something I cannot allow. Right? If you get this shit on your house wall is basically ruined, and that's why I'm doing this. Now, I still have a way to go. I will try to untangle whatever is around these branches. I'm not sure I can find a good spot to put the camera in, so I might only record the results here. I need a tripod urgently, right? So I'm gonna talk to the missus about that. Talking about the missus, so I'm going to take out the ivy here, and here, and I will leave this, and I will leave potentially this, because this stone is framed in ivy, and I think she likes that for photography background, so I will probably keep that. But there's plenty. There's actually more than I can store right now. If you have a look, this is what I did. And that container is almost full. So the little hill up there that you can see right at there, that's a stone. It's a huge stone marking the border of my property. You can also see the grass behind it. So I will not run out of work, but I'm again running out of storage space for green stuff, and it's gonna be a week and a half before they actually take it away again. So I'm actually considering getting a second container. I need to see. These are kind of expensive because Switzerland, right? So let's see. I'm gonna continue working on this area. These scissors, they were 10 bucks, invaluable, absolutely invaluable. What I figured out, and that's quite interesting, this is not only ivy in here. Let me see if I can find an example. Of course I can't right now because I pulled it all out, but I think there's blackberry in here. Without any berries though. Yeah, I think I saw, and I actually touched some blackberry. And ivy doesn't have nettles, right? Or like little stings. And blackberry does, so there is some blackberry in here. And I mean, it would be awesome to just pull out the ivy, not happening, right? And just put in the blackberries, because then I would have blackberries on my property. Here, isn't that, I think this is the, yeah, there you go. So I will try to keep this while pulling out everything else. And the core problem that I have is that the roots of this stuff actually are in the lawn already. So this means I will continually have issues with that, and I will continually have to pull it out every year when it comes back. Good. I found out what the other plant is that we saw earlier over at the lavender. It's called strangling vines, and they are like field strangling vines, and they are really annoying. The roots go down like 2 meters. I read it up during a quick break I took, and the problem with these is you don't get rid of them. Like 2 meters, and they are just growing. It's insane. The missus will be very conflicted about them because A, they are poisonous to horses, and she loves horses, right? And they can cause all sorts of stomach issues because there's some alkaloids in there. On the other side, is the yellow jacket just flying by casually. On the other side, they have ingredients that are being used in healing. Like some heart condition can be treated with the stuff that they find inside. And also, the legend says that this stuff is psychoactive when you drink the sap and shit, because it is mentioned in some witches' brews. So there's a couple of reasons why she might be conflicted about them. However, I don't want it in my garden. There's enough up there in the forest, so it needs to go. Problem is, you can't get rid of it. You really can't go rid of it. I know my parents have the same stuff in their garden, and they've been trying to even replace some soil. It's not happening. So once the stuff is there, you can only pull it out continuously, which I'm going to do, but I need to wait because there's these purple flowers that I showed you earlier, and that is home to bees. And if I start pulling out weeds out of the purple flowers, I guess the bees will be very upset with me. So I'm not gonna find out. All right, let me continue working on that. As soon as the bucket here is full, I will make a quick tour on what I achieved. I will also try to find some thread to bind up this bush that I'm standing under here. Let me turn around this bush. I want to bind it up, right? Let's see. All right, let's have a look here. So I pulled out a lot of ivy from this area, and not only ivy, there was so much dead wood in here. I mean, look at this. This used to be the stump of this bush all the way up there. It has put some sorry man, some sapling over back there. Okay, I need to take a step back. Whew. The missus always says don't overdo it. I think I did that. Where was I? Right, what did I achieve? I detangled most of this here. There are some loose ends of the ivy in there, and I want to see which ones survive and which don't, and then pull out the dead ones. I had the same situation today with a lot of vines coming from the first action when I cleaned out the first 2 stones here. What I did today cleaned out these, and under there, which was quite stingy, and all the way over there. So that was a lot. Found some blackberry vines as well. There is some still here, and I will try to keep them. However, they were actually rooted down there below the fir tree, and I didn't want that, so I needed to remove that. As you can see, same pattern, about what is that, like 1.5 to 2 feet of ivy vines actually growing into the lawn. So guess what? Yeah, it's full. It's full again. Some of the vines that I pulled actually rooted up there. So at some point I was climbing through these and trying to get rid of that. Not particularly good if you have like summer pants on. Now, I'm all sweaty. I'm gonna take a break, and in the afternoon I expect the vines to be dried. I went into the shade here because the sun's starting to really become quite warm. So next project is going to be this area here, cleaning out around the raspberries. So that is definitely on the menu. I will try to, or I will see if there will be video footage from raking the grass from the ivy leaves and see what remains. The sun is heating that area up right now, which is good. That makes the stuff that is already hurt from me pulling on it die off faster, so I can, you know, easily pull it out, hopefully. The elm tree here, actually it's an ibis, that has some ivy there as well. But since we want to get rid of the entire tree and the flagpole, I won't, you know, make a big deal out of it. What I will make a big deal out of is the hedge here. There's some ivy in there, so I need to make sure that it looks really nice sometimes. But this stuff is just taking over the entire garden, and I need to, you know, establish some boundaries. That's basically what it's about. Another project might be that I have to redo the seeding of the grass here on the north end. Reason being, I have a little bit of grass sprouting, fresh grass, but not as much as I would like to. So I will need to redo some of it. Okay, I'm gonna take a break. We're entering the time of the day where it's getting really hot, so I might come out later again. So I made a boo-boo yesterday. It's actually the second day, the day after I did the IV stuff, and I made a boo-boo. As you all know, I had my zucchini stored here in the shade, essentially, right there. And the sun is coming around here over the course of the afternoon. And what I didn't take into account is that it would actually go until here. So the sun would come all the way around here. And so I got a little bit of an issue yesterday with my zucchini plants not being in the shadow as they were supposed to be a couple of days after, you know, the repotting. Now, I got lucky. I did make the mistake, but they look kind of okay, except maybe this one. That looks a little sad. The others are kind of, this one here, the others are kind of okay. The ones over in the grow bag are actually really good, but I cannot believe how lucky I got. I noticed that yesterday in the evening, and when I headed out, they really looked sad. Like all of them looked sad. I did water them plenty, and yeah, well, I hope they all recover really soon. Good. That's gonna be it for this video. To be honest, it was quite long. It was longer than I initially expected. The next one is gonna be about the lawn in general. I need to care here a little bit, you know, get all the ivy leaves out. And what I predicted actually in an earlier part of this video was the sun dried off a lot of this ivy stuff that is already dead, so that's good. I'm going to look into the raspberry patch soon, I also got some other chores around the house. Like, I actually noticed something you're not gonna believe in one of the next videos. You're gonna be like, this guy is so lazy. It's unbelievable. All right, that's gonna be it for today. Thank you very much for watching, and I see you in the next one, 2 or 3 days.